I've made schools.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome. We are live. And it is November 4th, 2024. This past weekend, we had WWE Crown Jewel. You guys probably see the title of the stream. I found it to be disappointing. And I didn't hate everything. There were some things I liked, but of course, I want to talk about it. And in general, guys, you know how these live streams are. We're chilling, we're talking. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Hopefully you guys all had a great weekend. I did. I know I had a great weekend. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Feeling good. I'm feeling refreshed. But something very interesting is happening in the WWE. And that's why we're going to talk about it. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Twitch. We are simulcasting on Twitch. For some reason, I still can't get connected on TikTok Live. So, excuse me. Those assholes at TikTok don't want me going live. That's some bullshit. A lot of things I want to talk about, though. Booking, good matches, bad matches, that type of stuff. If you guys want to support the stream, honestly, I would really appreciate it. If you guys were to click like on the stream. I don't know what the fuck is happening with YouTube. I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. Like YouTube in the past, like, I know they're undergoing changes And I know, like, I don't even have all these features that I'm supposed to be getting, which is kind of disappointing. There's just a lot of things that, like, I'm not getting from YouTube right now. So which is kind of the reason why I've been a little inconsistent with the streaming, because my plan was to come back to the streaming once all the features were loaded in. And they're making changes. And you guys know with the live streams, like, we were going live and there would be 300-400 people joining us live. You know, the viewership was good, the chat engagement was good, the likes were good, the numbers were good. I am not one person that ever complains about numbers, because I'm a process guy. I just stick to my process, and like, that's really what it is. But it's really been weird because YouTube, ever since they changed YouTube Shorts, they're trying to do a whole bunch of stuff right now with that's like changing in the back end. And then basically what's ended up happening is, like, not everybody's getting notified of the content. Not everybody sees the content. Not everybody gets notified when we're live. So even, like, I saw James in the chat earlier. He was like, yeah, like, I got notified. You know, some people are, some people aren't. It's a really weird thing. I'm not going to complain about this shit, but part of me doing, like, the live streaming thing is a little bit more reliant on some of these features, some of these things that I'm trying to do to make it an engaging live stream. Because quite frankly, like, live streams allow me to not be structured. There's no rules to my live streams. And I want you guys to know that. Like, when you guys see me put on a video, like, you know, for the most part, like, you see me coming in, I'm making a video. It's VOD. Like, the live streams are a lot more laid back. I don't care if I mess up as much, or if I tongue twisters, or, you know, if I'm coughing or whatever. Like, it's us hanging out. Like, that's what it is. That's what YouTube Live is. It's an ability or a platform for us to just kind of kick it and talk. And, like, yeah, for some weird reason, YouTube Live has been acting up. So definitely confused by it. The features still aren't loaded in. I'm even a little bit apprehensive from uploading shorts because there's, like, issues with that. So it's just, like, a weird thing. I don't know why it is, but it is what it is. And it's unfortunate. So if you guys could like the stream, that would be really great. If you guys could, you know, no, really, that's it. Yeah, just liking the stream helps out. I don't know. That's really a big thing. Liking the stream is great. If you guys want to super chat, you can super chat. It guarantees that your questions and comments get read. I mean, listen, here's the deal, guys. These live streams, like I said, there's no structure to it. So we're just going to be talking about random shit. So the more that you guys are in the chat, the more that you guys can fuel the live streams. The super chats are always great because, you know, obviously it guarantees that your stuff gets read. Also, like, members get higher priority in the chat as well. So that is something to keep in mind. I don't want to talk about this shit, though. I really don't want to talk about YouTube and its issues. I don't want to talk about anything, like, in that regard. I do appreciate you guys coming. I appreciate you guys being out here. I see you guys in the chat. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys, I honestly did not care for Crown Jewel. This is a thing, like, if I could be completely freaking honest with you guys, like, Crown Jewel was not a great pay-per-view. Which is interesting to me because it's not like Crown Jewel was a bad pay-per-view. It just wasn't. WWE had a huge run of pay-per-views that were incredibly fun to watch. The energy was insane. The matches, the bookings, like, everything was perfect. And Bad Blood was good, you know, but, like, we get to Crown Jewel, and typically WWE in, like, the last 2 years, the pay-per-views in Saudi Arabia have actually been really, really good. But I just feel like WWE, I don't know, something about WWE feels, like, rushed. I feel like they're progressing storylines a little too quick. I don't know if that's me just kind of, like, I don't know what the hell it is, but I'm telling you guys, that's the way I see it. That's the way I feel. And it's a really shocking thing to me because I feel like Triple H's strength has been doing great TV leading up to pay-per-views and then delivering great results. So, for example, this was a match card, a card that had 7 matches on it. And then one match didn't actually even happen, which I thought was kind of like a silly decision. Not everybody's going to agree with me. And I'm very well aware of that. Like, I understand not everybody will agree, and that's completely cool. But like Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, like that should have not been a situation where that should have been a match, bro. That should have been a match. There was some good booking decisions. There were some really fucking atrocious ones. And you know, like I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm gonna keep it 1000% real. I loved Bloodline versus Bloodline. You know what I mean? I see a lot of people giving it criticism. They're saying, "Oh, it felt like a house show, 6-man tag match, whatever." Nah, I thought it was good. The new Bloodline defeated the OG Bloodline. They did something really epic with Sami Zayn. They did something really, really epic with Sami Zayn. I feel like the Sami Zayn spot at the end, you know, I love that. I thought the Sami Zayn thing was really, really good. I feel like having the new Bloodline beat the Bloodline is good. It's interesting watching Roman Reigns being in a situation where he's losing. We went 4 years, like 3-4 years of Roman Reigns just absolutely decimating people. Quite frankly, I thought Roman losing was good. It wasn't my prediction, but I thought it was good. And then I really love the fact that Sami Zayn ended up hitting Roman Reigns, but it was an accident. So like, to me, this was like a really good thing from that perspective of stuff, right? Like watching them like develop that storyline, it's been really, really good. I really do think the problem with the Sami Zayn thing, and I said this on the prediction show, like they might be doing it too soon, but maybe WWE just wants to wrap up the stuff with the Bloodline. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I genuinely don't know how that's supposed to be. And I'm just being honest with you guys. Like, I thought Paul Heyman would have joined up with them before Sami Zayn. We obviously didn't get Paul Heyman, so maybe we get Paul Heyman on SmackDown. But the truth is, maybe Paul Heyman never even comes back to Roman Reigns. And I don't know if you guys ever thought about that, but maybe Paul Heyman is the guy that ends up being part of The Rock and the new Bloodline. I don't know. But I did think it was a good match. I thought it was good booking. I liked the way they did it. I thought the Bloodline versus Bloodline stuff was good. Even the women's tag team championship match, by the way, I don't think Belair and Jade Cargill should have won the match, but I thought it was good. I was pretty impressed with Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson. Like, they're in there. They looked fine. I was cool with that. Yeah, I mean, the match was fine. Listen, this is going to get a lot of pushback too, and let's just talk about it. Like, I like Jade Cargill, I like Bianca Belair. Why are we wasting two they're top women's stars. Why are we wasting them in the tag team division like this? Like, who's actually benefiting from this? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I was watching this match and I just feel like I don't know why we are wasting them in this match. And listen, I'm telling you guys right now, like, it's interesting that, like, this tag team match wasn't extremely long, it wasn't extremely short. Everybody got their spots in. By no means, it was not the worst match on the card. It wasn't that bad, you know? But I do think, like, we have been in a point where Jade and Bianca should not be near those tag titles. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. They shouldn't be. They should not be near those tag titles. Bianca and Jade should be doing some major storylines on WWE television. And I'm not saying there's no storyline associated with the women's tag team belts. They have improved a lot of the booking in the women's tag team division. But what the fuck is more important than the women's tag team division? There's so many things that are more important than the women's tag team division. That's why it's so shocking to me to see them just being wasted there. And that's what I feel like it is. I feel like they're being wasted there. I do think they're being wasted in the women's tag team division. And honestly, like I said, the match was fine. It was good. I just feel like they need to do something different. It's like the same old thing over and over and over again. I personally don't like that. And by the way, the worst part about Crown Jewel was actually Seth Rollins versus Bronson Reed. And I'm sick and tired of this shit, to be honest. Like, I'm talking to you guys and I'm telling you guys exactly how I feel. And I am somebody who has been overwhelmingly positive towards Triple H's booking. Like, I've been very adamant that Triple H is a good booker. But at the same time, too, he has his flaws. This was the biggest one of them all. Like, let's not get it twisted. And I told you guys on my prediction show, chat, I literally told you guys on my prediction show, Bronson Reed needs to win this match. Tell me why Bronson Reed loses to 3 curb stomps. Oh, and I get it. He's bloodied. And I get it. He stands tall at the end of the match and it's not over. And guys, I'm not dumb. I know we're going to get to Raw, and I know the way WWE ended that match, I know they're going to continue Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, Ango, you're jumping the gun. Ango, you are rushing into this. No, listen, I said it in my prediction show. Bronson Reed has a ton of momentum. A ton of momentum. If you are going to make this a trilogy series, if you are going to have them have multiple matches, you give Bronson Reed the first win on PLE. It's the biggest match of his career going up against one of the biggest names in WWE. Seth Rollins has been with the WWE for over 12 years. Seth Rollins, I understand we are getting to the point where he is going to feud with CM Punk. And it's going to happen, and it's probably going to happen at WrestleMania 41. I understand that they probably want some momentum for Seth Rollins before that occurs. But let me make it very clear. Bronson Reed is an up-and-coming talent. He's a guy that got rehired by the WWE, and they constantly put him on TV, and it took a little bit of time for the audience to catch on. Despite good performances, it took time. And I swear to God, I'm watching this match and I see Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins are having a banger of a match. A very, very good match. This was a match that was built up incredibly well. And then you have Seth Rollins beat him. Now, mind you, there's going to be a lot of people that are watching this. There's going to be a lot of people reading comments and writing comments, and I've already mentioned this several times on this fucking platform. There are a lot of people who will sit here and act like they don't know what I stand for. But there's no way I am going to criticize Tony Khan. No way I'm going to criticize Tony Khan in AEW for the same exact issue that I'm criticizing Triple H and then try to pretend like it's no big deal. And I'm reading the chat. By the way, the person I want to win who didn't win, I'm not fucking crying about it. What I'm explaining is that in WWE and in AEW, there are times where you just got to pull the trigger. You got to give people a chance to go over. The reason why I felt like Crown Jewel was so underwhelming and so disappointing is because it's the same thing that Triple H has been doing with a lot of his PLEs, which is being a little too predictable. And I am somebody who has constantly defended the situation where I say, listen, guys, sometimes predictable isn't bad if you do a really good job of executing. So why do I think Crown Jewel was disappointing? I think Crown Jewel was disappointing because it was predictable and it wasn't really executed in a really, really good way. That's the way I look at it. But then again, I'm telling you guys, look at Keith Lee and AEW. How many times did I criticize AEW for not pushing the boundaries and taking things to the next step? How many times did I say they need to pull the trigger? This is no different than with Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed is somebody who is getting over. He lost to Braun Strowman, by the way. And walked out with even more momentum. And everybody's going to sit here and say, well, listen, dude, it's not a big deal because he could just win the next match with Seth. No! You have him win the first match with Seth. Then Seth gets the second win. If that's the plan, if your plan is to extend it, which, like I said, they're extending it. It is very clear. Bronson Reed stood up. We saw him exchange words with Seth Rollins while Rollins was on the ramp. I mean, guys, it's very, very clear. It's night and day. It's simple as hell. It's very easy to discuss this. Like, what I'm saying is not really far-fetched. It's not irrational. It's not a dumb opinion. Because this is the same stuff. And Triple H should know by now. You are in a star-making business. And trust me, chat, I'm reading what you guys are saying. And listen, that's cool. You guys don't have to agree. That's the beauty of this. I don't want you to necessarily agree with me. But just understand the issue in WWE for like the last several years is that it's the same people being pushed down your throat constantly. Oh, and guess what? 2024 AEW, the same shit's happening. I don't know, man. I think a lot of people need to realize that we are in the business of making new stars. When I say we, I'm saying these wrestling companies. They should be making new stars. You literally have it. I'm not saying, and by the way, I'm not saying it's too late for Bronson Reed. I'm not saying they can't rebound with Bronson Reed. Obviously, there's a storyline. I'm not jumping. I'm not dumb. Like, I'm very aware of what I'm saying. But I feel like they missed the opportunity to do something that was a little unpredictable. Something a little bit more, oh, wow, I can't believe that actually happened on Crown Jewel. Can somebody tell me what happened at Crown Jewel that nobody saw coming? I wish I could say it was the Sami Zayn Roman Reigns thing, but that's not necessarily it, because guess what, buddy? We've been talking about Sami Zayn getting with Roman Reigns in the Bloodline for a long time. So what else happened? Cody Rhodes beat Gunther clean? That's not really shocking. Come on, dude. All I'm saying is this pay-per-view was a little predictable. There was a guy who could have really benefited from the win, which in turn would be really good for WWE. It is what it is. It's atrocious booking. People want to defend it. That's totally cool. Listen, I have no problem with you guys who want to defend it. But I'm on my platform telling you guys exactly why I didn't like it. That's the reality, bro. I'm sorry, but like that was not good booking. It was not. Bronson Reed can't wrestle that dude and make shit look way too fake and doesn't look natural with this business. I don't believe that. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. I see a lot of people in the chat. It's actually kind of disappointing because I love seeing the chat being engaged. I think it's really disappointing that there's just a lot of tribalism bullshit, to be honest. Tribalism's a joke. Fucking ruined wrestling. What else? Okay, so yeah, we have Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax. You know, I knew the way it happened. It's fine. It is what it is, you know? It is what it is. It's fine. It is what it is. I guess I didn't realize, like, it kind of went back to what I was expecting. Hey, Roberto, you want to join the show? Do you want to join me on the show? You want to talk? Because I see you in the chat. So if you want to join in the conversation, I think I'll give you an open invite. I'll let you debate me if you want. Let's have a little bit of fun. It's Monday. It's November 4th. It's Monday. Tonka, you're welcome too, bro. You want to come up on, because I see you chatting. I see you running your mouth a little bit in the chat. You're more than welcome to join the stream and debate. Fuck it. I'm all for it. Okay, probably not. Liv Morgan and Nia Jax. Yeah, I mean, it's exactly what we all kind of expected, right? I think we all kind of knew the Judgment Day would get involved. I think we all knew exactly what was going to happen the minute it happened. Like, it's like, Tonka, go fuck yourself. Yeah, listen, Liv Morgan, Nia Jackson went exactly the way that we thought, exactly the way it was going to go down, exactly the way we saw it happening with the Judgment Day. I personally didn't care for this match. I didn't care for it at all. I felt like if you're doing the Crown Jewel Championship and you got the best champion versus the best champion going up for a prize, to me, this was just overly gimmicky. Nothing clean about it. And personally speaking, I didn't care for this. The thing too is they do another situation of where you got Tiffany teasing the cash in. El Bardo says Tiffany should have probably cashed in. Yeah. Honestly, I agree. I feel like Tiffany probably should have cashed in because at this point it was already overbooked. You didn't have to overbook it, bro. If these companies are going to do champion versus champion matches, it's okay for a champion to lose without having some sort of like to have some sort of champion just not be better than the other champion. And I'll get to more on that later. I just wanted a definitive winner, clean outcome. And I told you guys in the prediction show, it's going to get messy. But Raquel and Dom get involved. I don't know. To me, it just was very meh. I didn't care for it. Another outcome where it's just as predicted. Triple H comes out, hands Liv Morgan the belt, which I don't understand how you proudly hand somebody a belt who basically just cheated to win. I never understood that concept in pro wrestling. I've always hated that idea because she's a heel. But it is what it is. Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. The match never starts because Kevin Owens just starts brawling with Randy Orton. I'm a little bit weird about this. I don't know exactly how I feel about this, if I'm being honest. The reason why I don't really know how to feel about this is because I feel like to a certain extent, it kind of makes sense for where the story is currently at. It's not like WWE does this all the time where they just have matches being called off, on a pay-per-view. There's going to be some good continuity within the storyline, so that's fine. Like, I'm cool with it. They fought a lot, so I guess that was fine. It wasn't like a 5-minute thing. I don't know. I didn't care for it. I didn't love it. I didn't care for it, but I understood it. So it's not like I hated it. But we talked about this on the prediction show. What I say, guys? I literally made it very clear on the prediction show. Triple H doesn't do 7-match cards. Some weird shit's gonna happen. So I don't know. Just weird. But it keeps the story going. It's a good storyline. I dig it. I dig that aspect of it, at least. That's a match that's going to need a stipulation. If they're brawling around in a stadium, an arena, they should probably do a no falls count anywhere type thing, US Championship match was excellent. I would have been okay with LA Knight dropping the belt, though. I thought the match was great. Obviously, Andrade and Carmelo Hayes carried the match. Those guys did an excellent job. I was just excited to see the US title on the pay-per-view. I thought it was an excellent match, honestly. Yeah, good stuff. This was good. I don't necessarily agree with LA Knight winning, but I was delighted with the match. I did feel like the way they even had LA Knight win was kind of cool. Yeah, this was just like how I said before. I don't think LA Knight should have won the match. So I don't really like the outcome, but I felt like they did a really good job of making everybody look good here. I don't think anybody walked out of this match looking bad, if that makes sense. Which is a good thing. And then we have our main event, Gunther versus Cody Rhodes. Great match. And would you look at that? Gunther didn't need 20 people coming out to save him. It was nice and clean. Cody winning, I'm good with. I was good with Cody winning. Cedric says he didn't like that match. Some people didn't. Cedric says Gunther shouldn't be losing. But see, the good thing about this, though, Gunther doesn't lose often, brother. Gunther be doing shit. He be winning. He's winning. He's doing a good job winning matches and being presented strong. You could lose once in a while. That's the thing. You could lose once in a while. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, they try to do a good job of protecting people. Then you get Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax, and they're doing the same thing, trying to protect both people. If you just book people strong, and they lose one match, it's not a big deal. That's why Gunther losing to Cody's not a big deal. He's automatically protected because you've done such a great job of building him up. Once in a while, he loses, okay. Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax, heel versus heel. Either way, a heel was going to win. Cody's the ultimate babyface. Now, keep in mind, Cody ain't bringing that belt with him to SmackDown or to Raw. No, because Cody Rhodes is going to be wearing a ring instead. We'll see how my feeling is towards the Crown Jewel Championship belt next year. Next time they do Crown Jewel, I'll let you guys know if my opinions on it change. Initially, I said, hey, it's not a bad idea. I like the idea of champion versus champion anyways. Nia and Liv was kind of a disappointment. So for me, the way I look at it is, Cody and Gunther was good, but the other one wasn't. I want to see how this plays out long term because I could see it being an issue long term. Unfortunately. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. But yeah, I felt a little disappointed. I just felt like I was a little disappointed. WWE has found a way to make B-rated pay-per-views feel big. The crowd was great. The set was great. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyways, chat, the floor is yours. What do you guys want to talk about? What do you guys want to talk about? Let's talk. That actually went a lot quicker than I thought it would. Chester says 7.4 out of 10 for me. Yeah. I don't know. Tonight's Raw was taped. That's true. Yeah. Raw was taped for tonight. They taped it from Saudi Arabia. I don't know. I'm not reading the spoilers. Right hand Cam says 7.5 out of 10 for him. I mean, I'm looking at the poll results. 162 votes so far. 56% said yes, they enjoyed Crown Jewel. 44% said no. So obviously I'm not with the majority, which is completely fine, but I didn't really care for it. Preston Martinez says 6.5 for me out of 10. Okay. I'm just saying, out of all the PLEs they've done this year, this one probably did not excite me at all. And I'm shocked because I feel like their pay-per-views in Saudi Arabia have typically been really good. And yeah. Trey Lusato says, I give Crown Jewel a 7.4 out of 10. Humble 85 says, no new stars were highlighted on Crown Jewel. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? I just feel like it was a disappointment. I'm sorry. But I really do. Charles says 5 out of 10 for me. The one Roman being pinned by Solo Sikoa was awful. I disagree, man. See, that's where I disagree. Roman Reigns got pinned by Solo Sikoa. That's what's going to keep the story going and going and going. So I do disagree with that. But that's okay. Raheel Khan says, what's the attendance of AEW Full Gear? I'll look it up. Let's see. The last update. Looks like it's been a while since we got an update on Full Gear, so I'll tell you guys in a minute. The last update was 5 days ago. The show is set up for 6,500, and they've only sold 5,500 tickets. So that's interesting. We'll see. Dynamite. I mean, it's crazy seeing an AEW pay-per-view sell 5,000 tickets, bro. AEW could sell more. Humble 85 with the GOAT tweet. It's goated. Bronson, Tiffany, and Mello should have been given some upward trajectory. Yes. Yes. Just looking good in matches, it's just simply not enough. Eventually, you got to win some big ones. You do. How can you guys not expect me to talk shit about new stars being created when that's literally one of my biggest things, bro? Rick says, do you remember when you said Cody needed adversity? Same with Roman. Yes. Exactly, Rick. Exactly. Roman needs adversity. He lost. Once the OG Bloodline are together, guys, the baby faces are winning. Spoiler alert. The baby faces will be winning the entire feud. We know how it's going to go. You got to get there. Roman needs to have that struggle. That man hasn't struggled ever on the main roster. That man has had it made since day one. That's true. It's very true. Did I watch NJPW Power Struggle? No. Brother, Roman Reigns has been absolutely killing it in the WWE. His win percentage is incredibly high. And even when he lost, it wasn't that big of a deal. Vince McMahon pushed Roman Reigns as like fucking Super Cena, okay? Let's not sit here and act like Roman Reigns wasn't the poster boy for WWE forever. Let's not act like he didn't just have a historical title reign. I'm okay with Roman losing once in a while. It's part of the story. Roman isn't an up-and-coming star. He can afford the loss. Just like Seth Rollins, he can afford the loss. Solo Sikoa is young. He's up-and-coming. Having him win is fine. Darth Bane dropping in $1.99. Not convinced Sami Zayn is joining Roman. More to the story. I very much look forward to seeing how this plays out, brother. I really do. Because I think Sami Zayn joining Roman Reigns will happen. But I don't think it's going to happen overnight. But we'll see. Because you never know. You never know. I look forward to seeing how it works when Paul Heyman comes back. Because I think Paul Heyman and Sami Zayn are the wild cards. But keep in mind, Sami Zayn loves Jey Uso. I don't think he's really feeling Jimmy and Roman. So there is storyline to it. But what does it lead to? It leads to the babyfaces winning, bro. WrestleMania 41, WrestleMania 42, 43, 47, 50, I don't know. I don't know. Darth Bane, thank you for the super chat. Does anybody else have a super chat that they want to drop? Let me know before we go. I don't believe the Bloodline story is the most drawn out and boring story. I don't think so. Big Boss, I will debate any single person. I don't mind. I will stand toe-to-toe with any single person, any person who wants. I'm all for it. But look how polarizing wrestling is. I mean, look at you guys in the chat. Look at you guys in the chat. You guys are reacting. WWE got you reacting. Which is a good thing. It's interesting. Very embarrassing. All right, guys. It's Monday. We got a ton of TikToks dropping, YouTube shorts dropping. So we'll end the stream 10 minutes early. And I appreciate you guys coming through. I appreciate you guys joining me and chatting and talking. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll see how Raw goes tonight. It is pre-taped. And I will tell you guys that I hate pre-taped shows because they feel like pre-taped shows. So we'll see how it goes. All Things Hotels dropping a $5 super chat. Didn't watch the PLE, but always love your channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have no idea why the type to speech didn't work. That was very odd. because that was a $5 super chat. So I will. That was so weird. That didn't work. But shout out to All Things Hotels for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you. Guys, we will be back tomorrow. If Raw sucked, I will let you know. If Raw is good, I will let you know. If you guys didn't watch today's news video, you guys should definitely watch today's news video because it was a good one. And yeah, we will be back tomorrow. Thanks, y'all.